Remember, the hashtag is TTTT. Talk to us on Twitter at Nick Quach, at Cindy Ogana. Cindy, hi. Hi.
It's so good to hear from you. This is the first time since I've done the trend that we're doing it just two people.
This is,
oh. I feel like, we should
in that
have a bottle
years.
of something and talk like we, like how social media experts are.
Yeah.
According to the streets of WhatsApp. This is what I think.
There's always time for, fast time.
Yes.
How's your week been, though?
Have you been?
Yeah.
How have you been?
I've been great. I've been looking at what you've been doing online, Cindy. Don't think we are not seeing. We are seeing. Kenyans are seeing what you're doing. Episodes in the car, blah, blah, blah. Hiyo ni jamii ya wapi umekuwa ukiingia?
Well, they don't know curfew. Kuna kwanga na jam 24/7. So I decided to start something so that I can calm.
By the way,
I suffer from road rage. So I just said, let me just do something to put my zen moment.
It's good
and
stuff.
Share the interesting quirks. So it's good to know that you've noticed.
It's great stuff you're doing, Cindy. It's great stuff you're doing. In fact, there's a day I saw you ranting, saying, barabara yenyu inafaa kupandwa sijui nini. The way the roads are bad down there.
I can address my member of parliament, but he has a case in court, so...
No, Cindy, don't go there. As a station, we were banned from talking about him. So let's take to what we have to talk about today.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
So, Cindy, this week, a story broke out that police are on the search for a 29-year-old Louisiana woman, Jennifer Lawrence, who's accused of shooting her boyfriend because of refusing to argue. This is the first reported case of when choosing to be peaceful has almost cost someone their lives. A $150,000 bond has been set for the runaway woman whose 34-year-old boyfriend is said to be in critical condition. What level of pettiness is this?
It's not pettiness, Quach. You've been in relationships before. I mean, there's fruit of that. Evidence walking around in your living room somewhere. However, what in relationships, it really acts as women when I have a point. It doesn't matter that it's 3 o'clock in the morning. That's not the point. The point is I have something I need to say and you're too busy snoring and it's bothering me. Then you wake up very fresh, whistling. Missy Jalala, nimekuwa nikikuangalia tu kingorota, side by side. I tell you want to talk, you say you're tired, I let you sleep. In the morning, you say we'll talk in the morning.
Yeah.
So I wait. I don't sleep. I'm watching you in case you have a heart attack.
But Cindy,
make sure that you're alive.
Cindy,
so we can talk.
Cindy.
Haya, ngoja Quach. Alafu, asubuhi imefika, umesema tuongee, unasema sina time naenda job. Utajua haujui.
Cindy, though, I was wondering though, how is it? I don't know if it is only me or it happens to all men out there. By the way, I want to know. Tell us on the hashtag TTTT. Why is it that ladies, you always choose the most weird of times to put your points across? How come, someone comes home at 4 in jioni, tumekaa tu hapo, we are watching TV, tunaona news, hausemi kitu, unapika, umefura tu the whole time, you're not saying anything, we go to sleep. Then usingizi yangu ikishashika tu saa 6. That's when you want to wake me up at, you have something to say.
I know the reason. Let me first put my cup of tea down.
It's going down.
It's going down. This has come from something tanasana that happened a few weeks before.
Yeah.
Either it happened on your mobile phone, if you know what I am saying, or it happened on Instagram. There's this girl who's busy liking, calling you dear, and you're busy sending emojis, smiling faces, kisses, what. Then we ask the infamous question, who is she to you? And then you say, she is just a friend. So aka kakitu kanatuchoma, we keep quiet. We bite our tongue because maybe at that point kuna ka transaction ulikuwa unafanya ya land, wacha it go through. Maybe at that point kuna ka shopping tulikuwa tunataka ufanya, it goes through. Now we have gotten what we wanted, but we have not answered the question. Why is it that Anita Nderu is always liking all your posts? Why are you liking Anita Nderu? Why are you following each other? Is it because there's like a DM somewhere? Why does your phone only have a finger lock? Mbona unaenda chona simu?
First of all,
so it is a point where the demons start talking to us, and they usually talk at
Cindy, first of all, I want to declare that it is Mariam Bishar, not Anita Nderu, that is liking my pictures. But anyway, that's besides the point. Another thing I wanted to say, Cindy, this is gender-based violence. Whichever name we want to call it, whichever side we want to take with it, it is gender-based violence. And it is said that, you know, it is more prevalent amongst women than men, of course, 45 to 44. But gender-based violence is still gender-based violence. Let's not try at calling it with other names. Kwanza, the way this week, Nini, the men have been under, you know, attack. Did you see that video by Nini? Caroline Mutoko, by the way?
Yes. I saw, and imagine I agree with her.
You agree with her?
Imagine I agree with her. Kabisa, kabisa. Now, I feel it was taken out of context. Caroline did not say Kenyan men don't shower. She just says that Kenyan men are not as fast to respond medically as women. I come from not a medical background, but my 9 to 5 is dealing with cancer patients. And let me tell you, Kwach, our biggest support group is for women as opposed to men. By the time you convince a man that he is sick, Kwach, amekohoa na damu ni blue, as in blue. Samawati. That's the time. Cindy, like,
Cindy, as you continue, I don't want to interrupt you, but there are people who do not know what in the world we are talking about. So I just wanted to look at a quick glance at the video, then we come back and talk about it.
COVID is taking our men, not because COVID is predisposed to a chromosome. This is not an XY issue. It's a mental predisposition and a behavioral predisposition. And because of the way you think and the way you act, Rona is coming after our men. Let me start with the obvious that we all know. Wanaume mwezi ambiwa. Mwezi ambiwa, mwezi ambiwa. There's no telling you what to do.
Headedness. They're saying wanaume hatusikii, it is our behavioral pattern not to listen. We are not predisposed to this thing. Is that what you are saying?
I live with a man. I have 3 men that I'm raising. I have 3 boys. Mwezi ambiwa, which teko hard-headedness. It is all right, men, first of all, to ask for help. Nyinyi si mafundi. Kama mjui kutengeneza vitu kwa nyumba, wacha tupatiane biashara, we outsource. Nyinyi si mafundi. Number 2, not all men are mechanics. Kama ujui hiyo nguruma ni nini, don't start saying, pengine ni diff. Na diff pengine ni kitu ulisikia kwa bata ujui ni nini. You know? Number 3.
I think ni gearbox iko na shida.
If you are sick, nasikia hiyo ina sound kama ka gearbox. And please, this is the first car you're driving since campus. Relax yourself. When it comes to sickness, Kwach, on a very serious note, men are not very quick to ask for response. Maybe it's a cultural thing where men need to show that they are strong and they don't want to show that they're weak. But the problem is they feel something, they ignore. It is until later on when the wife nags and nags and nags, that is the time when they go and seek medical attention, and hopefully it is not too late. So I do agree with Caroline Mutoko in the sense that it's a plea for women like me who are constantly surrounded by men, by boys. In terms of my children, it's important for you to be keen on what you do, because you know men live very, very heavy lifestyles. You drink a lot more than women. Nyama pia mnakulanga tena sana. Kuna vitu zingine mnakulanga on the side hatutaki kusema because this is watershed hour.
Cindy, real quick before we go for the break though. You have lived with a man, you have the men there. You know, men really have an issue about how you tell us something instead of what you're actually saying. Sometimes it's how you say it. Maybe we had an issue with how Caroline was addressing us. We felt that it was more of an upper hand kind of thing, a condescending tone kind of thing. What do you think?
So because the tone is condescending, you will use your ego that will be to your detriment, and then you die. I mean, what is the point? How will your ego help us when you're in the grave? How will your ego help us when you're in ICU? Please, we will talk to you the way your mothers talked to you.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. We're going for a break. Cindy, we're going for a short break at Nick Watch.